Hey guys, what's up? We're back with a tier list for the Binding of Isaac Repentance bosses. In case you're wondering, this is a Repentance only bosses tier list, so we're not going to do any of these other bosses, we're just going to do the ones that are actually introduced in Repentance. The tier list is self-explanatory, as I've literally put a description in. So, I'd say with that said, let's get started. To start, I don't actually know where the first boss would be. I suppose the new variant for this boss could count, or the one at the end of Mausoleum 2. And this is me, I'd say, I would probably say C for the new mum fight, because, well, I mean, the brimstone lasers, the multiple stamps, and that cross stamp. I normally take one hit. I do normally take one hit. I always take a hit to that, but like, yeah, most of them shouldn't be that bad. Mum's Heart, again, if we're talking, I'd probably say about same C tier. Any other bosses that I'm just completely failing to see because I'm fucking stupid. No. Oh, yes. There is right here. There's the Tough Twins. That's the Tough Twins, right? Yeah. Again, I would probably say... Wait, hang on. Is that the Tough Twins or is that the Shell? No, that's the Tough Twins. Alright. I'd probably say A or B? Because gets a few stupid hits in. Yeah, I'd probably say B. Cause like these things, they do fire at you. And saying that, the shell also, I'd probably say B tier as well, because that I'd say the shell is probably more annoying though than the tough ones, because the shell goes diagonally and it shoots in a very annoying pattern, and I don't think Tough Twins can summon up those flying bombs that I don't know, have a clue what they're bloody called, but you know. So next I would say, oh, let's have a look. I can't actually see any new bosses yet. I'm stupid. Oh, there we go. Reap Creep. Not too bad. Again, I'd probably say like C tier, because it's I normally take 1 to 3 hits. No, I'm borderline B and C for Reap Creep, because it fires out lasers and stuff. The brimstone. Yeah, I'd say C tier for definite. Next, if we see little Blub, I would probably say Little Blub's probably A tier, because this thing is pretty easy. Or if you played Anti-Birth before they changed their name, Beelzebub, which I'm so glad they changed the names. I think the new name's better. The old name was just silly. And Rainmaker, again I'd probably say B tier, because it can hit you. Because with that, like the cross thingy attack where it puts them in horizontal direction, just don't stand to the side of this boss and you shouldn't get hit too much, but you may still get hit. Wormwood. Now, definitely, if you're I'm definitely putting this boss in C tier. I mean, if we're talking, oh my god, look at my punctuation. If we're talking, like, for new players, definitely this boss would be in D tier, but I'm not a new player, so I really yeah, I normally take 1 to 3 hits to this boss. Next, we have the Visage. Oh, well, I mean, this boss, to be fair, is, I don't know, because if there's any boss that I feel like could go like low C, even this boss could possibly even be D tier, because, well, it's got a lot of attacks. It's got the it swings the chain around. It can actually hit you with the chain, which is one of the things that annoys me about this boss, because it swings around in a circle and normally clocks you every single time you go near it. So and it's got brimstone. It's got and it's got 2 phases as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't take damage to this thing too much. I would probably say D though. Overall, you'll probably need a lot of health to fight that thing. Now we're gonna see Siren. Again, Siren I used to find very annoying until I realised it's like very much like a boss from another game. Enter the Gungeon. Honestly, I think this thing's B tier. It's not that hard. Heretic, no, how you say it, but God, this fight, like, it's not hard, but I do feel like I want to put it in the bottom tier, just because it can, like, literally summon fires that fire at you in all directions and you don't have a clue where they're going to hit you from. But saying that, I don't necessarily think the fight is that difficult, so I think I'm going to put it in C, if we're being real here. Hornful, come on, A tier. It's not hard. It's just not hard. It dashes around on the minecart. Yeah, that's not that bad. The only thing you can really take damage to is the brimstone bombs, but even then, you should know how to avoid them. So yeah. Next, Baby Plum. A tier. It's Baby Plum, for crying out loud. Gideon the Great. Oh my god. I didn't need to say anything about Baby Plum. Oh my god, if you ever get hit by this thing, you are stupid. You are genuinely stupid. You are genuinely a very, very silly human being. Just don't get hit by it. It doesn't even have health. It's just a wave clear of enemies. Honestly, I was expecting that to be like first phase, but no, that was the whole boss. And honestly, again, look at my punctuation. No, that's the act. Forgot. Like, yeah. Honestly, do not get hit by this thing. Do not ever get hit by it, or you are just a dumbass, basically. Next boss we have. Do I see another boss? Oh yes, I forgot this boss was here. The pile. Okay, this thing is like polycephalus, but design-wise, but behaviour-wise, it can summon spikes out the floor. It can dash around the room into you. You're going to need a lot of health if you want to try and fight this thing. I normally take more than 3 hits to this thing. By the way, if I say, well, you're going to need a lot of health, that just basically means I take 4 or more hits to it normally. And I can't actually see any boss. Do you know what? I mean, yeah. Next, I'm gonna say the Scourge. This is the thing that brings its arms out and slashes, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, probably C tier. Same sort of tier as the Heretic. We want to take 1 to 3 hits to it. Chimera. It can be annoying when the Gurdy phase and the Cage phase, or the Gurdy and Cage, like head and body, start attacking each other. It can be annoying, but nah, it's not that bad. Honestly. Next, I see Roxguard. I do not like Roxguard at all. You literally have to fight 3 bosses, and I do normally take more than 4 hits to this thing. I normally take 4 or more hits to this thing. So yeah, this thing is literally annoying, because it's a very cool boss though, because you damage the outside, then it sucks you into it, and then you have to fight this Spitty, and then you have to fight this thing. I don't know why, but it like, why does one of the phases of this boss, if you know the last phase, it looks like a nutsack? So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's just my opinion anyway. Bombino is like, honestly, I think the first time I fought this, I got lucky and had a good run. But other than that, I'm going to say this is a C tier boss. 1 to 3 hits. It can potentially end a run if you're on low HP. But, like, I don't normally have things like this as a problem. So, yeah. But this thing has rocks that fall out the sky. It can charge into a wall, and it can not summon rocks that fall out the sky. That, and they're pretty RNG, so that can potentially cause a lot of damage to you. It swipes at you, which can be annoying, but isn't normally that annoying. So I wouldn't worry too much about the swiping attacks. The last thing the only thing I do think is a pretty good Easter egg, is if this thing gets enough coins, it just decides to it just sods off out of nowhere and gives you an extra item room. So yeah, but I wouldn't bother waiting for that. Colostomia again. I'm mixed with this boss, because the more you realise it is a very, very, very simple boss, but nah, it's not like Sinvicta when Sinvicta whinges about it. It's so dangerous. No, it's not. I'd say it's B tier, because it's not that bad. It does get a few stupid hits in, but essentially it just charges around the room in a square, which isn't that annoying to deal with. Next, Clog again. Don't get hit by this. It really doesn't do anything. Just do not get hit by this thing at all. It's not difficult, so I don't get why ever take damage to this thing. Next boss. Where is it? Dogma! No. What did I do with Dogma? Oh god. Got to find. Oh, there it is. I don't know gender, so yeah. Dogma. Yeah. I mean, I was debating putting it in D tier, but I normally get killed by this thing. Sorry, but the brimstone, like the first phase isn't that bad, because you just kill the TV. But if you go into the second phase and you get like that spinning phase, and not the one that's literally a budget Empress of Light, they copied someone's homework there. Like, really guys, come on. Couldn't you have made that phase a bit more original? But yeah, mostly this fight is, yeah, absolute bollocks with the dashing phase, so yeah, just gotta say that. Min. Do not like this boss whatsoever. But it actually, do you know what? I don't know whether to put it in C or D, because this thing does do a lot of damage to you if you're not careful, because it summons like these flies that rotate around you. It's definitely not up here, but it's definitely not down here, so I don't know if it's hit, but I feel like that would be ridiculous. But I feel like this could also potentially be a stretch, but I was like, this feels like it's too easy. This also feels like it could be too easy, but this feels like, is it really as hard as like Roxguard? It's not. And saying it's harder than the Heretic is just no. Nah, it's C tier. For sure. Like, yeah, no. Yeah, that's better. I absolutely love the name for this boss because of what. So, the two Loki twins that are attached together, and they called the boss, because they're devils, they called them the Horny Boys. I absolutely love the name, by the way, very funny name, I'll give you that. They attack, they throw bombs, they throw bombs that shoot tears, they throw bombs that shoot brimstone, and they also do some, like, they start spazzing out and start firing loads of crap at you. Yeah, that sounds not very pleasant, and it is not too difficult to deal with. I don't think I ever taken like more than 3 hits to them. I think I may have like the first time I fought the boss, but yeah, I'd probably say it's about the same difficulty as. Actually no, Scourge is harder than Heretic. Yeah, I'd say this is about right so far. Yeah. That's about right. Next boss I have to say. Oh my god. Singe. I absolutely. Singe. I just. This boss looks so easy, but it's not. Because it does lots of. This boss is literally every like 6-year-old's. Every 6-year-old would find this boss fight absolutely funny because it farts all the time, but like, you know. I honestly find this boss really annoying because it knocks a spike rocks into you, it explodes, and it farts out poisonous gas. Or no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't fart out poison. It farts out fire actually when it attacks. But like, honestly, I couldn't actually say. But honestly, I take so many hits to this thing. Yeah, I would actually say yes. This is D tier boss. This is honestly a very annoying boss. Next. Do you know what? I always forget Turtler is a boss, but it is, so we're just gonna have to accept that it's a boss. It's kind of like Larry Jr., but it's not at the same time. You can only fight this thing in the alternate stage though, which is Dross. It's like, oh, you know what? This boss, I always take 1 to 3 hits to it because where it slides around on a back, it's like, what? No, it's not there. I would say it's honestly here, around here. It's not too bad, but I would genuinely say it's one of the more annoying bosses. And I don't see any pictures for the Ultra Harbingers, but I would say personally all of them would be in C, and then for the actual beast fight, oh my god, literally, you can say what you want, but for the actual beast part of the fight, S. You do not ever get hit by the beast, it's so easy to dodge. I was actually pretty surprised how easy the beast one is. Beast is S tier, the Ultra Harbingers I'd probably say B, borderline C, probably Death being C, and then the others being B. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. So, I'm just checking I haven't missed any bosses, and I don't believe I have. And with that, we're going to end the recording, and yeah.